Hello, this is Darius James from Spartan Health and Nutrition.com, and in this video I am going to be talking about the Spartan evening ritual. Now this is a follow-up video from my Spartan morning ritual, which describes how to start the day in the most effective way possible. What this video is going to talk about is how to end the day in the most effective way possible. Now, what you do in the morning dictates how well you perform during the day. Now, what you do in the evening dictates how well that you end the day and reflect upon your successes and not your failures. So, I'm going to dive right in and get right into the first step that you need to take for the Spartan evening ritual. This can all be found on the blog post, which is going to be in the description below. So be on the lookout for that and visit the website to explore more content. Now, the first thing that you want to do in your Spartan evening ritual is you're going to ask yourself evening questions. Now, this is very powerful to ask you evening questions. The evening questions put you in the mindset to determine how well you function throughout the day. We all have a choice, and what we focus on is extended. What we focus on dictates how we feel. The emotions that we express all comes from what we focus on. If you're very negative throughout the day, it's because it's a choice. You focus on that. Rather, focus on the positive. There's something good out of every day. It's when people focus on the negativity and they look for it. Of course, you're not going to feel well about yourself. That's the whole purpose of being positive, is to feel happiness, joy, excitement. You want these things in your life to move forward. You don't want to spend all day worried and stressed and not knowing what tomorrow will bring or dreading the day. We are so lucky to even have today. Somebody might not have life itself today. We're still here. We still have an opportunity to improve ourselves and make a difference. And that all starts with your health and nutrition. How can you do anything that you want to do throughout the day if you can't even take care of your own health? That is the building block of everything that you need to do throughout life. What I call the body is my vehicle through life, because it's the only thing that I have to carry me through my day-to-day activities. If it breaks down, it needs maintenance. If you don't do that, you'll end up in the hospital. And that's the last thing that you want to do, because we all have people who are depending on us. Maybe you're a father, maybe you're a mother, maybe you're a sister, maybe you're a brother. We all have people who depend on us, and our health needs to be taken care of. Now, here are some evening questions that I often ask myself, and I encourage you to either write them down or go on the blog. And how do these affect your life? I'm going to share how it affects my life and tell you what happened to me today. So, for the Spartan evening questions, number one is, what did I learn today? What did I learn today? What did I learn? I learned today how to be a better leader. I learned today how to be more versatile. I learned a new workout routine. I learned more about my body. I learned more about my nutrition. I learned how to eat better. That's what I learned today. And I take great pride and joy in learning those things. Those are positive things. We all learn something throughout the day. If you like it or not, we're always growing. We're always experiencing new things. Life always moves on. What are you learning throughout the day? What are you practicing? What steps are you taking to have a more solid foundation in your health? What steps are you taking to practice better nutrition? Another question that I have. Number 2. What is amazing about today? What was amazing about today? For myself, what was amazing is I got to create a new YouTube video. I got to publish more content on my blog. Another thing that was amazing today was reaching out to my followers and see the growth and expansion of what I'm doing and the rippling effect that it's having throughout the world. That was amazing. That was amazing throughout the day. It was very, very inspirational, and it drove me to keep going. I'm having people view the blog in Canada. I'm having people view what I'm doing in Australia. I'm having people viewing what I'm doing in the United States. Everything is having a rippling effect, and when I see this, it motivates me to keep going no matter what. Through the rain and the heartache and the pain, I still keep going to improve my health and nutrition. Not only my physical health, but also my mental and emotional. Because without those 3 building blocks, how could I move forward in life? Without being emotionally connected and emotionally happy and emotionally strong, how can I achieve anything without being mentally strong? How can I face and deal with negativity without being physically strong? How can I conquer problems in my environment? I can't. So that's why health and nutrition is very important. It's the 3 building blocks that will help you succeed throughout life. Another question that I have, which is number 3. What did I give today? What did I give today? I will say what I gave today was a free ebook and a free video course that's on my blog that explains more about the keto diet. It's about 87 pages, the ebook, and the video series is more of a follow-up sequence to that ebook. And I gave it away totally for free for people to consume and learn and grow just as I did from that content. And because of that, I'm hoping that people's nutrition will take a turn for the better. Maybe you're overweight, maybe you're struggling. What do you struggle with on a day-to-day basis? Ask yourself these questions and give yourself an answer, and you see where you are in your health and nutrition. I'm going to move on to number 4. How did I grow as a person today? How did I grow as a person today? Now that is a very deep question, and I also encourage you to ask yourself, how did you grow today? What did you do to make today a learning experience? What did you take away from today? What happened in your life? For me personally, I grew today because I came to the realization that this was more serious than I thought. That health and nutrition was more important than I previously realized. And I grew today because of that. It made me motivated to keep doing what I'm doing to help the world with the growing weight problem that we're having because of the food that we're constantly being served and the nutrition that's being stripped from that food. From these big corporations that only care about one thing, and that's making money. They don't care at all about your nutrition. They don't care at all about the society that's consuming this food. What they care about are written numbers. And to me, that's quite sad because it hasn't always been that way. You know, as we evolved as humans, our nutrition has gone down throughout the years. People 1,000 years ago didn't have the problems that people have now, like autism, ADD. These symptoms didn't exist. And because of that, it drives me to keep going and keep striving and keep learning so that I can help the world overcome something that's like trying to push a boulder over a mountain right now. I realize that this is not easy for everybody, and that's what motivates me to keep going, not only to improve my nutrition, but others as well. I'm going to move on to the next one. Number 5. What was the best part about today? What was the best part about today? What was the best part of your life? Take the time to think about that. For the best part in my life about today was getting feedback from social media that people were responding to what I'm doing, and to see the positive influence that I'm having is very empowering. And like I said, it's my life's purpose. In a previous video, my Spartan morning ritual, I explained that this is my life's purpose. This is what I was called to do. And as an entrepreneur, it's my civic duty to make sure that people overcome their stress, that overcome their anxiety, that overcome their weight, to overcome their negativity, and to overcome their lack of nutrition. That's my life's purpose. And I take great pride in enjoying it. And it keeps me motivated every single day. When I wake up, I hop out of bed because today's a new day. Who can I reach today? What can I do to improve my life and the lives of others? So the last one in my Spartan evening questions is number 6. How can I use today as an investment to better my future? How can I use today as an investment to better my future? For me personally, I can use today as an investment to better my future by exploring more products and courses, taking part in them, and discovering new nutritional facts and new nutritional information to make it easier to overcome losing weight, to make it easier to overcome emotional distress, to make it easier to overcome mental weakness, and ultimately to overcome the nutritional diet, the lack of the nutritional diet, rather. That's how I can use today as an investment to better my future. All right, so I'm going to move on here. It's important to have these emotional connections to what you're saying. Don't just read them and not have an emotional connection. Just, oh, this is what I can do. No, open up a YouTube video and play some inspirational music. Jump on a trampoline. Jog in place. Do whatever you have to do. You want to engage your body in some way, form, or fashion when you ask yourself these questions on a day-to-day basis. And you will see that when your body and mind are in tune, it's easier to focus and really go deep on what you are experiencing. What's going on in your life? What are you struggling to achieve? What are you struggling to overcome? And these questions will help you do that. They've helped me and they helped others. So use them to your benefit as well. All right, I'm going to move on The next thing that you can do is journaling. Journaling. Now, I have my productivity planner that I have here. I read it every single day and I revisit my goals for today. I'm just going to share a few with you. Today's the 25th of October 2019. And the most important task of the day for me was to make a YouTube video, which I'm doing now. And the second task of importance was to work out and to update the blog. I did that as well. And my additional tasks after those were completed were to have a protein shake and to read a book. And also to update my podcast. So that's what I do. This is my version of journaling. I don't affiliate with this product in any way, form, or fashion. It's just something that I personally like to do, and it helps me out exponentially. So use whatever's best for you. Maybe just a notepad and a piece of paper. Maybe it's just writing on typing on the computer, maybe. Whatever works for you. But the goal is to revisit some sort of task and check them off and make sure that you're making progress. That's the key. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't get stressed. Just try to make progress. All right, I'm going to move on to what also happened in my life today. I like to talk about accomplishments. Some accomplishments that I had today was I ate healthy all day. That was a big accomplishment for me because I've been struggling to stay away from junk food right now. And because of that, when I eat healthy all day long, it's almost like a relief. Like, I know I can do this. It's not going to be easy. Yes. Will it be painful? Probably. To stay away from junk food, especially late at night. Will I enjoy it? Probably not. But do I have to improve my health? Yes. Therefore, it's worth it. And the other accomplishments is what I listed earlier in my productivity planner, a protein shake. I have a lot of recipes that I use on the blog, and I eat them in the morning, I eat them for lunch, and I also eat them for dinner. I have a lot of recipes on there, so check out that at www.spartanhealthnutrition.com and see which one looks good to you. Another thing that I also document are my magic moments. I had 2 magic moments today, and these are moments that put a smile on your face that you didn't really anticipate. That's what I mean by a magic moment. Something that just happened that you couldn't believe and you felt some sort of gratitude and some sort of happiness from it. What happened to me was, I stated earlier, I got some good feedback on social media. I got some good support from my followers who look up to me as a mentor and a coach. So I take great pride in seeing that feedback, and it drives me to fix their problems and keep going, and also to improve my life as well. And the second thing that happened to me today was I also got positive feedback from my family members. They're starting to recognize what I'm doing, and I'm getting a lot of support and a lot of I would say relief that people are starting to see how bad that their nutrition has been, and it relieves me to know that they're taking action. I was first skeptical because I didn't know people were able to take the steps, but now that they are, and I keep pushing them and driving them, because it wasn't just do this and then they did it. It took some motivation, it took some inspiration, it took some some productivity. It took some time management. It took a lot of steps, and it relieves me to know that they're doing these activities and they're starting to see results. Now, another thing that I also document are my successes. I stepped on the scale this morning, and if you don't know my story, I was stressed, I was overweight, I was working at a job that I hated years ago, and my health suffered because of it. My mental health suffered, my emotional health suffered, and my physical health really took a turn for the worst. And when I stepped on the scale one day, I was 240 pounds, and I'm only 5'9". So that was extremely overweight for my height. So when I stepped on the scale today, that was 4 months ago now, I lost 30 pounds. So that was progress. I felt satisfaction from that. And it drives me to keep losing more weight. My recommended weight that I want to be at is around 170, 185. But to get there, it's going to take small tasks and small habits, and they're going to compound to that day. I can't wait for that day. It's coming, and I know if I keep going the route that I'm going, that it's going to be possible. All right, so I would say another success that I had today was I followed through on the new diet. I also document everything on my computer, so that's why you see me glancing back and forth if you're on YouTube. If you're listening to the podcast, just keep listening and let's continue. So I followed through on a new diet. The new diet that I started was from the book I read, Deep Nutrition, and the author, Catherine, gave a lot of how-tos for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. How to eat well, how to maintain your calories. So I highly recommend checking out our book. It was very, very instructional, very informational, and very informative about how the lack of nutrition is present in America today. So I highly recommend that you guys read that book or listen to the audio through Audible on Amazon.com. And there's a lot to take from it. It transformed my life. It's one of the top 5 books that transformed my life. All right, so I also began a new workout. I usually make my own workouts. I'm contemplating if I should post them on the blog. If you think I should, comment below and let me know what you guys think. The workouts that I'm currently doing are anaerobic with aerobic. So I mix both together, which most people don't do. When I see at the gym, they either spend all day on the treadmill, they spend all day on the weights. I mix both together. That way, not only am I improving my inner cardio, the strength of my lungs, the strength of my heart, but I'm also increasing my muscle mass, my tone. I'm also, getting stronger while getting faster. So that's a new workout that I'm starting. Like I said, if you want me to post my workouts, I could post them on the blog. Just let me know in the comment section below. Just type in yes for workout and no if you don't want to see it. I'm perfectly fine with an honest review, and it keeps me motivated to keep doing the things that people want to see. So number 3 is visualize. You have to visualize what you're doing. You have to see the big picture, okay? You have to see it. Now, this is a very powerful, powerful thing, to visualize and see the end result. You have to have a plan. In that plan, you have to see it. If you don't see it, how can you follow through? How can you take the steps necessary if you don't even see the end result? You're not. You're going to get discouraged. You're going to get unmotivated. The drive is not going to be there weeks from now, months from now, years from now. How can you still have that drive if you can't see what you're focusing on? So implement that in your life and visualize what your end result is. Maybe you want to lose 30 pounds. Maybe you want to lose 50 pounds. What do you visualize at the end of the day? What do you think about at the end of the day? What's your plan? What's your plan to improve your health and nutrition? If you don't think about that, I strongly suggest that you start. And you will be surprised on where you're at with it. And your vehicle through life will thank you when you make those changes. All right, let's move on. Number 4 is rewards. Of course, rewards. You want to have a reward system. Now, a reward could be anything from dancing. You could meditate. You could listen to music. Anything that supports whatever you enjoy, whatever you find pleasurable. For me, in my life, my reward system is going out with friends, entertaining myself, like watching a movie. And I only do these things once I have everything completed. I don't have to do what I have to do and then take a break and go watch a movie. No. You only reward yourself when everything is done. When the workout's done. When you're done reading that book. When you're done with whatever you have to focus on. And this also puts you in a positive, and it creates buoyancy. Some people, they get so negative because everything doesn't go their way. Maybe you didn't make that sale today. Maybe you didn't complete a workout. Maybe you didn't read today. Increase your mental health. Maybe you didn't read. That's okay. What did you do today? Focus on the positive. There's something good out of every day. I meet some people and they're so negative, and oftentimes maybe they showed up late for work that day and it completely ruined the rest of the day. Maybe they look back on the day and they realize how much they procrastinated. Now they have to rush and stay up late, and now they're struggling for every minute, and it stresses them out and it causes anxiety and frustration. To deal with those things, what good happened today? Maybe you did procrastinate, but what did you do today? There's something good out of everything. You just have to find it and search for it and focus on it. Everything that we do in life, we focus on. We choose to focus on something. We're all fixated on something. What are you focused on? What motivates you? What drives you? What do you think about at the end of the day? When you're laying in bed, when you're sitting down and you just reflect. What do you focus on? Things that happened in the past that are good, or things that happened in the past that are negative? I focus on everything that is positive in my life. I don't focus on the negative. I leave that in the past where it belongs. And I move on. If I experience pain, if I experience struggle, if things didn't go my way, I move on. And I grow. And I keep trying until I can accomplish those things. Then I set new goals for myself. I don't get comfortable. Once I reach a certain workout, right? For example, when I first started working out, I was a sophomore in high school, and I was one of the weakest kids in the gym. I was very embarrassed because I could only lift, what the women were lifting, and it was very embarrassing for me. And to overcome that, I just kept going to the gym over and over and over again. And people watched as I got stronger, and they began to notice when I was putting on more weight, and I was running faster, and my mental strength grew because I got tougher. Because my body got tougher, everything else just followed. My mentality got tougher. My emotions got better. I started to feel more positive about myself. Because when I looked in the mirror, I saw improvement. And I saw that I was making a decision that was beneficial. And it put a smile on my face, and it kept me going day in and day out. And it still does. I'm still striving for new ways physically, emotionally, and mentally to improve. I'm finding new ways to improve my nutrition. And as I do, I share them on my blog, and I share them on YouTube, and I share them on social media, and I get the word out. Hey, this worked for me. Maybe it could work for you. That's my mentality. I want to help people not struggle the same way that I did. So that is my Spartan evening ritual. Thank you for watching SpartanHealthAndNutrition.com, and I'll see you in the next video.